What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and we've got a Season 5 coaching video. We've got Darth Wolf 1. He came in the chat, and he said he's lost the last 3 games in a row, and we've all been there, so I figured let's try to help him out. I got Twitch chat here, and we know everyone in Twitch chat is a Conqueror 3, and we're going to try to give him some tips and tricks here today. And if you want some help with your gaming, maybe check out the channel. We got links down below in the description. Let's get into this. Darth Wolf's playing the dreaded English. Now, I'm not going to bash him too hard for playing one of my most hated civilizations, but let's see what he does here and if we can find anything to help him out. Now, he's playing against our beloved Abbasid here, so I at least know, playing as Abbasid, you know, what I wouldn't want to face. Now, I will tell you, specifically on Hill and Dale, very often the gold spawns like this in front, and you can man an arms rush Abbasid. Now, a smart Abbasid player needs to like scout this and be ready to drop a tower, but you can get some easy wins. I mean, we've seen tournament plays as well where players are doing the man at arms or the villager or man at arms. I'm sorry, you could do the villager rush, man at arms, or whatever, like combination. Like you can really mess Abbasid up like that. So just a strategy you could consider. I know I'm always afraid it's going to happen, especially if I got a gold spawn like this. Now it could happen like you see where your gold is, like that'd be harder to reach. But it's definitely a good option to go for. So there are a lot of players, English particularly, that are opening Dark Age and going for the deer right away. That's part of the meta, going for the deer again, the survival techniques like right away. So especially a map like this, the deer are so close to your base, you could even push them in further if you really want to get fancy. But there are players, I mean, typically, like Abbasid is not going to be pressuring the Dark Age. You can get away with this. Like, okay, I think a little bit that may be coming up now. So I like that, but I think you can technically open with this. But just a little thing, just another option, or tool. And if you guys didn't know, you know, I don't know what rank everyone is watching this, but deer is going to be your best huntable. It's going to be a faster gather rate than your sheep. So always good to pick these up, 350 food each, and you can pick up the survival techniques, 25 wood, 75 gold. Okay, a little bit of a delayed tower rush. Yeah, again, like I think if you committed to that early, oh man, and like what? Something wild is going on here. Like, look at this. He's down here getting berries in the middle. Now, that's a bold tactic for an Abbasid player. Hubert, man, I like this kid. He's got a lot of energy here. But yeah, if you would open with some kind of early pressure, I think you could have massively punished this. Surprised he doesn't even have a tower down here. He's just a straight Chad. Look at that. Yeah, definitely pull your villagers back in that scenario. Would have helped you out. You got some longbows now. Okay, so got longbows coming. Let's see what else we can glean. Getting our sheep. Again, I think you could pull these guys out to deer and give you a nice little food buff boost here. You got the outpost done. Okay, so you got those berries. You're pushing them off, doing a decent job at that. Now, for Abbasid, yeah, like we're seeing here, they typically go for multiple town centers. You see 2 town centers here. And he did not go, he went for the culturing. Oh, he's trying to do some kind of like fast castle stuff. Oh, is that what he's about to hit you with? Like the first thing he probably should have pressured was the stone. Even right now, he's still gathering. Like he's got enough to get 2 TCs. If you want to, I mean like 3 TCs total if he wants to. And he just keeps gathering because he's a crazy person. But I would say, as an Abbasid player, to give you some weaknesses, like pressuring their stone early on is like a big thing to slow down their game plan. Typically, they're not going to do this. This guy is just crazy. But you got these towers going on. Now, you're kind of building a route here to ram down his House of Wisdom, quite possibly, which can be a really big thing. If you can knock that thing down, now it has a lot of HP, but that's obviously a win condition here. And he's going to just turtle back on these archers now. So food-wise, he does have the deer back there, so he's going to be in pretty good shape for now. I mean, I see a lot of English players in these scenarios. They are going... Usually when I'm playing against English, they're putting on some pressure, and they're usually dropping their own town center behind this. So that could be something you could consider, is trying to go your own multi-town center. because you don't want the Abbasid just to start snowballing away with their villager advantage. Like, you can say you're in poke right now, but he's gonna be slowly getting more villagers. He's got plenty of resources back right now. He doesn't have, you've locked the gold down. I mean, at this point, you can kind of like trap him in this age. One fun thing you can do sometimes is, at this point, if I was you, like wall him in. Like, you've got him trapped. Be like, I would just be like, you're not getting any gold. Don't let him get any gold, and just like mass tons of units, because you see, when you see this wing right here, now you can click, we can click on it and see it's a culture wing, but you can know Abbasid has a culture wing when you see it in the top right, this big tall building like this. And this is typically a strategy Abbasid players use to go for a fast castle, because their age up is cheaper, as you can see. So when you see that, like, it gives you an idea, like, that's probably his game plan. Now, you having blocked his gold right now, that's totally like messed him up. So maybe a little bit of control group usage with your longbows could pull him back, shoot, pull him back, shoot. You're actually not getting the benefit of your, oh, are you? Yeah, you are getting it. Okay. I didn't hear the ring-a-ding-ding going on, but that's either way, a decent fight. I think you could have microed it a little more there with your longbows, but not the end of the world. Okay, let's keep this moving. We got a ram coming in. Okay, so we're going to start picking off some buildings. Let's see what we go after first. Yeah, I think maybe your best answer would be just to go around the side and get all these small ones, because the house... Sometimes people target the House of Wisdom right away, but that thing's going to be alive for a long time. So I think you're doing the right thing here, going around the side. Yeah, getting the houses. That's, I think that's decent. Like, not to mention for Abbasid, you can knock them out of golden ages and stuff. Like, let's see. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot now, but this is great. Like, yeah, okay, he's coming out, attacking your rams. Just shoot them with your longbows. Like, even if you lose the ram, you're killing so many villagers here. Like, that's massive value. Look at this. So now, you've evened the tide right now with the villager kills. So even with that fight right there, you could be like, sweet, I'm going to sit back and, like, you could sit back right now in age, because you know he doesn't have this gold. You've got longbows, you've got your tower. It's very scary for him just to push into that. Like, imagine, like, some containing walls would really do here. But I like this, continuing to pick off villagers. Like, this is good. You're in a really nice position. Now this looks like a little bit of overcommit. You got a good fight. Pick some villagers. Don't get over greedy. Pull back. Stay under your towers. Make sure you always have just like a few spearmen waiting. So if he does a charge like this, you can brace. Like right now, this is going to be bad news because he has a fair amount of horsemen. Even with this though, like shoot, scoot. Like try to get some value out of these longbows. There you go. That's a good little volley there. Yeah, because you can see once you get enough longbows, you can actually take some of these out. Yeah, that's not the time to deploy the palings, unfortunately. Okay, so kind of getting pushed back here. Just got wiped out. Now, it's not the end of the world. You just killed a lot of his villagers. You're actually up on villagers. But now he's got a chance to get back out to his food. What's going on back at home? I see we have a ton of wood in the bank. Now, this happens. Everyone... I'm very famous of it. Just like you're busy with fighting and you miss macro, right? So we got a lot of wood. So what are options we could do here? You've been adding more barracks down. You know what really starts to sink Abbasid? Well, he's doing okay. When you start mixing a few man-at-arms in, it kind of forces him to have to go for the camels, which are rather expensive. But you want to spend that on something. So it looks like you're getting those resources down a little bit. Have you got your blacksmith techs? It looks like you... have got some of them. Yeah, okay, so you've been working on that. The first one you almost always want to get, by the way, is going to be the iron undermesh. That's almost, in most scenarios, going to be the first one you always want to get. Just because, like, fighting under the town center, fighting against archers, like, there's always going to be probably something shooting at you, most likely. Okay, let's hit this with a little bit of turbo. And, okay, so he's breaking up. So let's see what we can do right now. What are our options, right? So we lost our army. You're boomed back. You actually have matched his military numbers here. You can kind of, with all your towers, know exactly what he has and what you can train. I see a lot of gold in the bank. Is this maybe an age-up attempt? Possibly. Starting to make transition to farms. Yeah, the extra wood is good for that too. So... now he's getting that gold. He's going to be aging up. And that's what we see here. Okay, so he has now achieved his goal. So imagine, though, like, if you had just sat, like, got those first few picks and then just, like, sat back here on your towers, added more units, and just was nice and safe waiting. I mean, you even could have, in something like this, gone for maybe a ram push right here and just sat here with your longbows, and it would have been really, really hard for him to deal with this forward House of Wisdom. Then he would have really been stuck. But yeah, diving in there again. So you see a pattern here. Like this is the same thing you did earlier, kind of overextended into the enemy's base. I think it's still like you would start to get back to having a, you know, being on the same level or maybe even be at an advantage. But now right here, he's wiped your army. He's agent up. He's going to be in a really, really good position. Now you're agent up yourself behind this. So army's got wiped twice. You can kind of see some of the destruction value down there. So you answered that with your own age up. So now you'll have a second town center. Villager spread isn't that different right now, though he did just add another town center down here. Okay, so have we scouted this? Let's see. Oh, man. Now, these are the ones, like, I always struggle with this mid-game because there's so many things you're doing, especially when you hit Castle Age, but, like, sneaking down to check these type of things because you got to think, like, he's going to run out of food up here eventually or go farms. Then he does have those berries there. Now, okay, defensive keep. I don't know about the thing is now you only have one small, like you have a small gold vein on your hill. It used to be a large one, and so you're about to be out of this, and like your keep is here. I would prefer like securing one of the mid-map golds. Like these giant golds are very valuable resources, because now you're kind of saying like I'm staying on this hill, and your gold's gonna, you know, I'm gonna die on this hill, and you're gonna run out of gold, and he's just gonna pin you down and get you in this like turtley position. And I think in the past this would have been okay on Hill and Dale just because there used to be so much gold, but now I think it's a lot harder. So if you're gonna go for a keep, I would try to secure some mid-map gold if possible. Okay, let's see this fight. He's running in here. I mean, this is always deadly running into an English base like this, so kind of foolish for him. Assuming he got some spearmen there. Keep is almost done. He sees that. Okay. So villager count is starting to get ahead. So I really feel like for this game, you know, those mid battles we saw, those two fights where you got your army wiped, like that was probably a defining moment in what we're about to see here. Let's give it some more speed and see what happens next. Okay, hold on. Macro alert. I'm sure we're seeing it here on the screen. It's always easy when you're watching in chat, right? But yeah, 2K food in the bank. Less than ideal. Maybe you know, sell some of it if you need to. But you want to either be spending on resources or aging up. And without gold secured, I think you really want to be working on getting some more army and securing some more map. Okay, so we got some longbows, horsemen, crossbows, man arms, no crossbows. Okay, army-wise, you're like even with them, so you can still make a big move here. Oh man, this could have been, if you could have popped those, would be so massive. Okay, so you see the two mangonel, and it's not looking like we're really going to overwhelm it. Well, let's see how many man arms you have. 7 man arms. Like I think maybe if you run the man arms straight for you could maybe kill it because he doesn't have a lot of crossbows. Oh, he gets the flank in. Unfortunate, yeah. But just sitting there taking those hits is really, really hard. So either, yeah, I think in this situation it would have been, it's easy to say now, but like back off, wait. Either go get your own spring gold, like 2 mangonels. You don't want to fight under that. And yeah, this is like the 3rd time in this game, basically, we've had a full wipe. So I'm going to let this turbo out to the end, but I would say, overall, like there's different eco, you know, decisions you can make. There's different, you could different rush, whatever, town center expansion. Like those options could have been on the table. But I would say the biggest thing in this game, with working what we had, I think you were in a really strong position when you were fighting in here earlier, and twice you came in. I think we've seen like 3 different times where it seems like there's just a little bit of an army mismanagement. So I think we just kind of focus on, like I think he had good armies in all these spots. We just kind of threw them away a few times, which it's easy to see when you watch it like this. But speak of the devil, Mangonel's shredding some range there. So anyways, I hope those tips help you out. As always, make sure people when you get the advantage, figure out, okay, how can I now either hold my position, or you got to calculate, like, can I send it in there? Am I going to get more value, or is it possible I'm going to risk my army and put myself in a poor position? So try to possibly try to possibly like get some villagers, and maybe you drop your own town center, or you age up, like get more ahead. When you start to get a little bit ahead, get more ahead. But certainly be careful with your army. But thanks to Darth Wolf for sharing this game with us, and Hope that helps somebody out. Let me know if you watched this on YouTube down in the comments if some tips were helpful for you. And hope to see you in one of our live streams where maybe I'll help you with one of your games. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.